Let's talk about high stakes. Picture this. You're sitting in the exam hall, the clock is ticking down, and you turn the page to a brutal Cambridge Physics past paper question, code 0625. Your heart is pounding. This exam feels like a high stakes game where you have to know exactly when to hold, when to fold, and when to go all in. Now, I want you to imagine two different students in this exact scenario. We'll call them Alex and Sam. Alex is our classic overpreparer. Alex overloads every single answer with raw physics facts, writing massive paragraphs, but completely misses the analytical angle. On the other hand, we have Sam. Sam rushes. Sam reads a question way too fast, totally misses the command word requirements, and drops easy marks left and right. Side by side, their papers are just covered in the examiner's red pen marks. Why? Because they aren't playing the game correctly. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to be your guide today. If you are preparing for the Cambridge IGCSE Physics exams, you know that the sheer volume of information can feel literally overwhelming. You might be staring at your massive coursebook right now, wondering how on earth to conquer it. Well, today, we are going to transform that heavy block of paper into your ultimate physics success blueprint. We are going to decode the structure, uncover the hidden cheat codes, and master the built-in study strategies that will flip those red pen marks into green check marks. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's the student success journey we'll be taking today. First, welcome to IGCSE Physics. Second, navigating core and supplement. Third, building your knowledge base. Fourth, developing practical science skills. And finally, acing the final exam. Welcome to IGCSE Physics. Before we even open the book, we need to get our mindset right. Look, before you start memorizing 100 different formulas or obsessing over calculating acceleration, it is absolutely crucial to understand the mindset required for this course. This is exactly where our student Alex goes wrong, right? Alex thinks physics is just a collection of random, disconnected facts to memorize. But it's not. It's a highly specific way of looking at the universe. I absolutely love this quote right from the introduction of your course book. It says, "How do physicists think? They try to simplify problems, reduce them to their basics, and then solve them." Let that sink in. This is your golden rule for the entire syllabus. Whether you are dealing with the tiniest subatomic particles or the vastness of the universe, your goal is always, always to strip the complexity away, find the fundamental ideas, and apply them cleanly. Keep this strategic, analytical tone in your head. Oh, and real quick, before we continue on to the specific tools in the book, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon right now. Okay, let's keep moving and look at how the book actually structures this knowledge. Section 2, Navigating Core and Supplement. Let's talk about the physical structure of the book itself. Now, the Cambridge syllabus is distinctly tiered. This means not every student needs to study every single paragraph on every single page. Knowing how to navigate this is your ultimate time management matrix. It will literally save you hundreds of hours of wasted study time. The publishers have brilliantly embedded a visual cue system right into the pages. It's like a built-in filter. You have the core content, which is the foundational stuff required for all students. Then you have the supplement content, which is the high-level material designed specifically for those taking the extended tier. You never have to guess what to study or risk overloading yourself like Alex does. Supplement content is explicitly marked. Look for the blue text, the blue symbols, and a large, unmissable arrow in the margin. Sometimes even has a darker background behind the text. By recognizing these cues instantly, you can completely filter your reading. You fold on the stuff you don't need, and you go all in exactly where your focus belongs. Section 3, Building Your Knowledge Base. Let's explore the larger learning ecosystem. So once you know what tier you are studying, it's time to build that foundational knowledge base. And it's super important to realize that your main coursebook, it's actually just the center of a much larger, carefully designed learning ecosystem. This ecosystem includes several highly specialized workbooks designed to target your specific weaknesses. Beyond the main coursebook, you've got a skills-focused workbook with a 3-tier scaffolded approach for independent practice, but I really want you to look at those last two on the list. Did you know the publisher's actual research shows that English language skills are the single biggest barrier to learners accessing international science? It's true. So they built a dedicated English language skills workbook to help you nail the precise scientific vocabulary required. And then there is a math skills workbook created specifically with the Association for Science Education. This breaks down the mathematical barriers that constantly block progression in physics. If you are struggling to manipulate equations or rearrange formulas, there is a precise tool designed to fix it. And let's just take a second to appreciate the sheer breadth of what you're going to conquer using these tools. The contents page maps out an incredible, epic journey. You are going to start with fundamental concepts like making simple measurements of length and volume in Chapter 1. Then you'll build up, step by step, all the way to Chapter 25, where you are literally analyzing stars, galaxies, and the universe itself. I mean, how cool is that? It is a massive amount of material for sure, but as you'll see, it is structured perfectly logically. To avoid getting totally lost in that massive table of contents, you need to anchor your daily study sessions. At the beginning of every single chapter, you will find learning intentions. They set the scene and tell you exactly what the goal is. Next to them are getting started boxes to test your prior knowledge before you even read a word. And as you read through the chapter, keywords are highlighted right in the text, with crystal clear definitions sitting right there in the margin boxes. My advice to you? Don't just gloss over these. Use these specific in-chapter features to actively track your understanding of new facts and test your vocabulary daily. Section 4, Developing Practical Science Skills. Time to get hands-on with the physics. Okay, we absolutely need to talk about one of the most crucially tested parts of the Cambridge assessment, hands-on practical physics. You can't just know the theory, you have to prove to the examiner that you can think and act like a practical scientist. Now, within the main course book, the authors have included these fantastic experimental skills boxes. Think of these as a mental proxy for the laboratory. Even if you are studying at home or maybe your school lab is missing some specific equipment, these features give you step-by-step instructions. They highlight specific safety issues and they provide exact equipment lists. They literally force you to mentally walk through the experiment step by step. Stop scrolling. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. We've helped thousands of students improve by 2 to 3 grade boundaries. Join them right now by subscribing to @acetheexams_IGCSE and turn on all notifications so you never miss our weekly exam strategy sessions. Okay, let's look at how we take those mental lab walkthroughs to the next level. If you really want to lock down those practical marks, there is the dedicated practical workbook. This is where you truly refine these specific skills the examiners are hunting for. It gives you targeted, deliberate practice in planning investigations, properly selecting and handling your apparatus, recording data accurately, and analyzing your results. Remember, these are highly specific, highly tested competencies that you must master to win the game. Section 5, Acing the Final Exam. This is where we bring it all together to maximize those grades. So the crucial point is, how do we deploy all of this raw knowledge and practical skill to actually maximize your exam grades? Everything we've discussed so far culminates right here, playing the examiner's game. The absolute secret to high marks, the thing our student Sam constantly ignores, lies in understanding command words. Command words are specific verbs like describe, explain, calculate, or state. They appear in the syllabus and on every single exam paper, and listen closely, they dictate exactly how you must structure your answer. If a question just says state, the examiner only wants a brief fact. Stop writing paragraphs. But if the command word is explain, well, that's where you need to structure. Top students use frameworks like PEAL, point, evidence, explanation, link, to ensure they hit every mark for an explain question. You have to provide the scientific reasoning behind the fact. Understanding these verbs is literally knowing the rules of the game so you can win big. It's the difference between a panicked guess and a calculated, perfect response. And this slide brilliantly illustrates how the coursebook trains you for this. When you get to the exam-style questions section at the end of a chapter, the command words aren't hidden, they are highlighted. You will find the official Cambridge International definitions for these command words printed right there in the margins and also at the back of the book in the glossary. Do not, under any circumstances, ignore these margin notes. They are your cheat codes. They tell you exactly what the examiner expects to see on your paper. If you are scanning complex physics data or a chart, let the command word guide what trend you are pulling out. If you are reviewing a flawed paragraph you wrote, check it against the command word. I guarantee the sentence losing you marks is the one that failed to answer the specific verb asked. To firmly lock in all this knowledge, the book gives you the perfect step-by-step revision flow at the end of every chapter. This is your transformation blueprint. Step 1, you review the summary box to recap the key points. Step 2, you complete the self-evaluation checklist, which links directly back to those learning intentions from the start of the chapter. And finally, Step 3. Only once you successfully completed those first 2 steps do you tackle the demanding exam-style questions. This flow builds your confidence logically and systematically. Let's look closer at that middle step, the self-evaluation checklist. This is arguably your most powerful revision tool. It asks you to honestly rate your confidence on specific I can statements. You must be brutally honest with yourself here. You rate yourself as either needs more work, almost there, or confident to move on. By doing this, you instantly create a personalized, highly efficient revision map. You stop wasting time reviewing things you already know, and you direct all of your remaining revision energy exactly to the specific topics rated needs more work. That's how you manage your time effectively leading up to the exam. We've seen today that this coursebook is definitely not just a static collection of pages. It's a dynamic, interactive ecosystem of learning intentions, command words, self-evaluation tools, and targeted workbooks. The complete physics answering system is right there in your hands. Remember the 3 rules that guarantee top marks: command word decoding, applying a logical framework to your answers, and smart time management using the core and supplement cues. Students who implement these physics strategies see an average improvement of 2 grade boundaries, but only if they practice consistently with our weekly videos. Here's your final reminder. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Subscribe right now to at acetheexams_IGCSE and click that bell. Don't let another exam pass you by. So, my final question to you is this: which specific workbook or built-in study feature will you implement first in your daily revision strategy? Drop a comment below with your target grade for physics and the biggest challenge you're facing. Our team responds to every comment. Like and share this video with a study partner. Ace the Exams, your Cambridge success starts here. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy studying.